Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until we're about to lose it. I was scheduled for a surgery in late summer and expected to be debilitated for a while afterwards. But for right now, I could walk, and a voice in my head kept telling me, "Go." My friend Cowgirl would soon be driving to the mountains of Wyoming's Wind River Range for a hike with her friends. She graciously let me hitch a ride with her, so I quickly made plans for an ambitious solo hike. This is Cowgirl doing a shot of Squaretop Mountain. She was coming out to meet friends for a hike in the Wind River Range, and I got the itch and asked her if I could hitch a ride, so Here we are. The Wind River Range is located in the western United States in Wyoming. As part of the Continental Divide, the range is 100 miles long. My adventure would consist of a 168-mile hike over 8.5 days. For the first part of the trip, I hiked south from Green River Lakes to the Elkhart trailhead, where I picked up a resupply. I then continued southeast to the infamous Cirque of the Towers, and then returned to the Elkhart trailhead to rendezvous with Cowgirl for our drive back home. It was going to be a few days before Cowgirl met up with her friends, so she joined me for a few miles on the first day. She wanted to get out here to adapt to the elevation, so she's going to hang out at Green River Lakes campground for 3 days, and then going to go a little south to a different part of the mountain range to meet her friends. And I'm going to get south in about 2.5 days to where she's meeting her friends, so I can pick up a resupply. Among bone finds, this looks relatively fresh. And supposedly, you can get to the top without being a rock climber. For whatever reason, and as a side trip, I attempted to ascend the 3,700 vertical feet to the top of Squaretop Mountain. Wow, it's quite the bowl. And that's Granite Lake down there. Kind of loose dirt boulder mix. Doesn't seem dangerous, but it's really slow going. After you get up above these rock ledges, there's supposedly a basin up there, and then there's a couloir up to the top, and that's supposed to be the harder part. And it'd be fun, but this is gonna reduce chances of getting down to Cirque of the Towers and so on. So I think I'm gonna go back down, back to the river, and start upriver. So good to be back on a proper trail. That was a major side trip. I guess I got 1,700 feet up, and I think the hardest part was the part I didn't get to yet. So enough of that. I'm sticking to trails, but I'm beat. It was a good night last night, and woke up early and feel great this morning. It's funny how you can really feel beat up and think maybe you're not going to be able to do this again, but it all feels really good right now. And now I'm starting up out of the Green River Basin, going up switchbacks. thought they were all done for the season. The grouse whortleberries. Yum-o. I doubt these are even a calorie a piece, but they are so flavorful. Got a storm blowing in. It's not lightning or thunder, but it's getting dark and the temperature's dropping and the wind is whipping. Just got to figure out what I'm gonna do. Somehow didn't get rained on, just a little drip. Here I am at Trapper Lake in this beautiful sight. Wow, what a sunset. Good morning, Mr. Squirrel. Looks like a good place for a moose, and I'm seeing quite a few moose tracks, but so far no moose. Right on cue. He just disappeared into the woods. I'm gonna have to be careful because I think once I get into the woods here, I kind of go that direction. And they can be aggressive, so just have to be careful. Been in the woods all morning, woods and meadows, then all of a sudden walk out into this. It's beautiful. This is cool. I wasn't sure if there was going to be a bridge, but seeing that river from the top, I thought it would be crazy if there's not. Thimbleberries. Man. Thanks for the resupply.
Yeah, you're welcome. No problem.
Good for 6 days now, en route to Cirque of the Towers and back. Oh, so much deadwood. Just taking a closer look, and you can see these lines. I don't know if it's the pine beetle or some other insect. Got a great spot back here in the woods. Get set up before it storms and get some water and get into the tent. I thought for sure the rain was gonna hit, so I ducked under the rain fly here, and now it's sort of taming down out there. Oh, it's a beautiful morning. All that threat of storms last night, I would say just light rain. The last I knew, it was going all night, but nothing major. wet gear, but there's worse things in the world. So I gotta get my map out to figure out where I'm at and where I'm going. The party line on the trail is that big storms tonight, I guess. Wind River Range is brewing up some clouds right now. Trying to cover some distance before that hits. Every few minutes the whole scene changes. Once I thought maybe the storm was going to miss me, but now all of a sudden this pops up almost directly over my head. Been going through a lot of territory like this today. There's beauty in it in a certain way, but it's also kind of spooky. It blew like crazy and it rained a little bit, but I think this is moving on. This storm that whipped up was so quick to come, and I kind of did an emergency setup, and about the time I got set up it seemed like it cleared out, so no complaints, I guess. When I got my tent out to dry it out near Pool Creek Lake, I dropped the tent stakes, and the good news is I go right past that same spot on my return trip. Maybe they'll be there when I get back, but in the meantime I'll just have to use rocks. You can't make up a scene like that in your head. I think it's one of the wonderful things about spending 9 days of your life out here in the wilderness, is you see things you would never conceive in your own head. Hats off to the trail crews. There's so many of these cuts, fresh ones. You can see sawdust on both sides of the cut and a super clean cut. That tells me this is a manual crosscut saw. And it makes sense because this is a wilderness area. They don't allow power tools. Got one flash and a loud crack of lightning, and it started raining. It's a little bit of light and hail, real little bitty hail mix. And I got to a trail junction that I didn't think I was supposed to get to. Looked at the GPS and I'm off course. Do a little off-trail navigation and get back to where I was supposed to be. Should be a trail just this side of those woods. Oh joy, it worked. You're awful cute, all of you. Yes, you are. It's fun doing the navigation thing, but the trail I'm on for most of the rest of the trip is actually Continental Divide Trail, and there's an app that allows me to follow it real easy. I'm kind of glad to get to that, even though it takes some of the challenge out of it. Having an early dinner, then I'll hike a little more before going to bed. But not a bad scene here. Oh, great night at Skull Lake last night. A little bit of a thunderstorm blew through. Looking back towards Skull Lake, on my way up Washakie Pass this morning. There it is, Washakie Pass. Oh, whole view I haven't seen yet. The east side of the Wind River Range. Wow. Off course again, and I'm about a mile past where I should have turned, so I'm heading back.
Nice place to make a pot of coffee.
When I was off course, I saw a guy, told my route, and he said, "Oh, so you're going up over Lizard Head Pass?" I said, "Oh, no, I'm just going straight on into Lizard Head Meadow." And he's probably thinking, what a dumbass. Didn't realize it's actually a pass. Wow. Dead air all of a sudden. Just a moment ago, it was trying to spin me around, the wind grabbing my backpack. Lizard Head Pass kicked my ass. Been up on the Lizard Head Plateau for a long time. Get down off this plateau. It looks a little gnar, but the trail will take me there. That's Lizard Head Meadow, I presume. That's where I'm hoping to get to. That was a 1,900-foot descent. It's one thing if you expect it, but I didn't expect a pass at all today, or other than the first one this morning. That's Cirque of the Towers. And my tent's just inside the tree line here. Leaving the campsite this morning, and the sun's hitting the walls of the Cirque, and the moon's still up. On my way to Texas Pass. Texas Pass up there just to the right of the pointy peak.
Usually you take it from like here. I don't want a dog. Why would I want a dog?
Texas Pass.
And that one, I had
There it is, Texas Pass from below. Beautiful. There's the sunset from the campsite next to Halls Butte. And the sunrise will be over here in the morning. Nice view. Beautiful sight. The quietest place I've been in ages. It was not a bit of air movement, no critters scurrying around. Love to hear the stories this tree could tell. These seem to be bigger, thicker growth rings than these. Like, pick one year. What happened in that year in the world? This tree gets the award for the best stripes of the whole trip. I think maybe this will get the rock with the best stripes award. One more unnamed pass under the belt. 10,900 feet. Leaving the last views of the mountains, I think that's Angel Peak and Angel Pass. I guess the Angel passed through there. And just like that, I descended into the woods, and the mountains are now an occasional distant sight. Leaving the CDT, I've used parts of the Continental Divide Trail throughout this trip. If you want to go that way, you're going to Canada. Go that way, going to Mexico. Something to think about if you have a midlife crisis. I can't believe it. Like a week ago, I left these here. My really nice Easton aluminum tent stakes. Yes. I think the worst of it's past. Yay, the sun came out. Oh, a little bit of a rainbow out there. Well, rendezvoused with Cowgirl. Wave to the camera, Cowgirl. Last night she was out there near Mary's Lake with her hiking friends, and I met them about 7 o'clock.
Everybody went to bed, and we had a chat this morning, and then Elaine and I are heading out. We can jump in the car and drive to St. Louis. You can see there's a little change in the color of the plants because the Wind River Range knows that winter is coming. Just with 1 or 2 miles to go, ran into a bumper crop of grouse whortleberries, which is slowing us down. What do you think? You like those berries?
So tasty. If we sat there and ate them all day, we'd lose calories.
How's a person supposed to get anywhere on a trail with whortleberries?
All we do is we're going to spend 4 hours doing a 2-hour trail because we keep stopping.
This is like the unglorious end of a beautiful adventure. A parking lot full of cars, but it's where they all end, isn't it?
So you got to start someplace.
Got to start someplace and end someplace.
Yeah.
Just 36 hours after arriving home, I was ready for my hernia repair. The surgery went beautifully and the recovery even better. In a strange way, I'm thankful for the short period of disability that I had after the surgery, because without it, I would have never gone on this wonderful adventure.